What were we doing? We're continuing Dark Souls 3 critique series. We are... You know what? We're gonna do... Distant Manor? Yes. Well, actually... We'll do Earthal Dungeon, because it's closer. We don't have to run past some stupid enemies. We're going to do something strange. We could not defeat Champion Gundyr. It's okay. I honestly think that I'm there a little early. We have to deal with these. Hello? Where did that first swing go? Where did that first swing go? We have to deal with these guys. We three-shot them. What about a poke? Two-shot. R1 and R2. I think we're a bit early for Champion Gundyr. I can't believe that didn't hit me. So we're gonna do a little side thing real quick. Honestly, way too early for this side area that I'm planning on doing. But there's, I think, a couple of items that I could get in there. And that's primarily what I'm after. The unfortunate thing is the time it takes to travel to get there is pretty long. There's not really there's no other bonfires in this area. You have to do it all from the beginning bonfire, which sucks. There's no, like, hidden bonfire. That's something you see in Dark Souls 2 a lot, is you'll find hidden bonfires that if you can find them, it's a nice little respite in the level. Like the one in Castle Drangleic before the dual Dragon Riders. Like the one in Aldia's Keep before the Guardian Dragon. Stuff like that. They're nice. They're hidden out of the way. I want this one. We're just gonna stay here for a second. They're hidden. They're out of the. They're not overly hidden. Anyone can find them. Oh, the one in Shalva Sanctum City, down in the dragon area before Alana. That's another hidden one. Very useful. Dark Souls 3 doesn't have any of that. Even Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 has hidden bonfires that are very helpful. Like the one in Darkroot Garden before the door that you open with the Crest of Artorias. The one up the ladder behind the illusory wall in the catacombs. Stuff like that. Dark Souls 3, to the best of my knowledge, does not have any hidden bonfires that are very helpful for level progression. We're here in Archdragon Peak. Way too early. Way too early. How do we fare against these guys? My main goal is to get Titanite scales. Okay. Okay, dude. These enemies suck to fight. They're very bad. I want to get Titanite scales. Maybe we can pick up some soul items. I guess we could get regular Titanite chunks as well. Ow. Yeah, these guys have long-range homing fire attacks, and they're so bad. I can't believe I dodged those. They also have a grab attack that can hit very weird. There's a bonfire right here, though. Yay. There's 3 of them on me. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. Very bad enemies. Okay. My phone just went off. Well, we're safe. Those enemies are so bad. So bad. Ember. That's what that was. For some reason, I thought that was a Titanite chunk. Ooh, we got another boss we can talk about. An objectively bad boss. By design standpoint. Also, those big snake guys. Those are very bad, very terrible enemies. Another 10-eyed chunk. I'm curious what this item is up here, though. Wasn't there an item? Ancient Dragon Great Shield. Ow. Drink up. So yeah, we got a boss we can talk about. Ancient Wyvern. Terrible boss. Objectively bad. Oh my god. It's not even a real boss. I wouldn't even call it a real boss. He's got a boss health bar. He's got a stupid amount of HP. He's got a bad hitbox. He's got a bad hurt box too. Like, the box to damage him is very bad. I'll explain more about it when we beat him and why it can be bad. Maybe it'll happen on video. It happens. Oh my god, these snake guys are so terrible. The boss, I'm not even gonna call it a glitch. It's just poor game design. It happens so often to me that I feel like it's borderline intentional sometimes. Like, it's not even a... It's luck based. It's not skill based in the slightest. I'm surprised I dodged that. Wait here so the fire doesn't hit me. I'm gonna unequip my weapon because it typically happens when I have a weapon equipped. Fall down. Yeah, see? You just fall down and die. I did the plunge attack. I fell right through him and I died. The game doesn't even let you do your plunging attack. Which, by the way, that plunging attack is a one-hit kill on the boss. They gave him like 40,000 HP, but it doesn't matter because you just kill him in one hit with a plunging attack. But the plunging attack on this boss is objectively broken. It is by far objectively broken, as I just demonstrated. It does not work. It is entirely luck-based. The game rolls a dice and says, yes, you hit him, or no, you didn't hit him. That's it. Even if you hit him... Oh my god. Even if you hit him on your screen, the game can still say, nah, you did not hit him. Oh my god. Oh my god, let me through, please. These snake guys are the worst enemy in the entire game. Too fast, too aggressive. Hyper armor. They constantly hit stun you and stagger you out of all your animations. You don't get hyper armor. They have homing breath attacks that they can spam. You have to fight them in groups. There's giant ones. It's just bad. Their damage output is way too high. I'm surprised they don't one-shot me. I could see Dark Souls 3 doing that, where the game just decides you die in one hit because of these enemies. So what am I supposed to do here? The plunging attack didn't work. And now it did. Is it because I did the jumping attack? If so, the game should signify that you're going to do the jumping attack. And the damage you do to him with the plunging attack is less than his actual health bar. There's items over there, but I don't need them. I skipped that cutscene. Dang it. I was mad. Because that boss is so bad. Also, 70,000 souls. For that? 70,000 for that? And you don't even get a soul from it. You get the dragon headstone. Or the torso. Whichever one. Whichever one it was. I wonder if there's an item up here. I'm looking for scales. Oh my god. These rock lizards. They're annoying. There's a Titanite scale. There's a Titanite scale. Hey, it's the area where we fought the ancient wyvern. That's cool. Where else can we go? We can go in here. Fight this thing. Where did my attack go? That's twice that my attack just phases through the enemy. And it does no damage. Interesting. What's out here? Snake guys, of course. Why wouldn't it be? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You get no time to attack. The game just doesn't let you. No time to attack. The game does not let you. Okay, okay. That guy basically poised through it. I'm surprised that roll worked. Okay, how did that not hit him? Die. Stay dead. Drake Blood Greatsword. Weapon from Dark Souls 2. It's very good in Dark Souls 3. It's very good in Dark Souls 2 as well. There's nothing else up here. So we have 4 scales. We can upgrade our weapon again to +3. I know I'm here way too early. I'm here for the scales. That's a cheap move right there. Ow. Just run across the wood. I know there's stuff up above, like a lightning dragon clutch ring. Scales? Twinkles. Scales? 3 scales. Heck yeah, dude. Love to see it. This place is like Candyland. Watch out for the rock guys. They can knock you off the edge very easily. Soul. There's another ancient wyvern. It's not worth it to kill him. It sucks fighting him. He can knock you off the ledge, and you get like no souls for it. And as you're running away from him, there's these rock guys. Oh, I almost got it. I think those rock guys can drop titanite chunks, scales. I don't know about the scales, to be honest. There's another summon. Please be the naked guy, not Havel. Hey, it's the naked guy. It's Ricard from Dark Souls 1. Hey, you remember Dark Souls 1? You remember Dark Souls 1? It's naked Ricard. With the Velka's helmet that Oswald wears. We are not fighting Nameless King right now. Way too early. If I can't beat Champion Gundyr, there's no way I'm beating Nameless King. Ricard's Rapier. Is it Rapier or Rapier? I've never known. I gotta be able to get more scales. In fact, I do know where I can get more scales. They're heckin' expensive. But we can buy them. Oh my god. These enemies are so bad. So bad. Is there an item down here? There is. Ember. That's probably the ember before the boss for the Nameless King. There's always an ember that you can pick up before each boss in the game to ensure that if you are struggling, you can guaranteed turn human to summon for help. At least the one time, in case if you're like out of embers. Okay, that's not a mimic. The bloodstain scared me. 3 twinks. I'm gonna get pelted by fireballs on my way up here. That's 1. That's 2. I'm surprised there wasn't more. We got Havel up here. I could get invaded at any time, by the way. $158. You can't parry two-handed great weapons in this game like you could in Dark Souls 1. They kind of ruined the game. They kind of ruined it. It should be a risk-reward. Remember we talked about that in the episode with the executioner guy? The exile? There should be a risk-reward situation. No matter what, you should be able to parry anything, as long as you're good enough. Right? Ow. Ow. How much stamina does he have? How much stamina does he have to be able to shield that much? Like, he just shielded a two-handed charged heavy. And he charged his own heavy. Can I do a jumping attack? I missed? Hopefully he can't chug Estus. He poised through it and I can't? Like, yeah, he's got a dragon tooth. Whatever. Because we already know armor doesn't matter in this game. I need the Hornet Ring so bad. Specifically for NPC fights. Okay, my attack just cancels partway through. Okay. Where? My attack phased through him. How does he light roll? Dark Souls 1 Havel fat rolls. Even the Afflicted Grave Robber in the Dark Souls 2 DLC fat rolls. I get nothing for this fight, by the way, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Okay, my attack just gets cancelled partway through the animation. Again. Oh, sure. Can't roll. The lack of poise is an objectively bad thing with this game. You need some sort of, like, defensive attribute to where, like, armor's already meaningless. For a multitude of reasons. One being there's no poise, so there's no need for heavy armor. Two, you can mix and match any armors, and it gives you the same defense. And it hardly even protects you. Oh my god. It breathes fire. That's cool. He can hit me through the pillar, but I can't hit him through the pillar? It dropped nothing. You know, I'm gonna pick up my souls. One fireball. 2 fireballs. Look how much damage that does. That's stupid. I'm gonna pick up my souls, pick up the item. You know what? Screw Havel. There's no need to fight him. It's a slab. It's a slab. I wonder if he'll follow me down here. Is he not gonna follow me? I guess not. What's Havel doing here, by the way? He died. He died in the Great Hollow in Dark Souls 1. So what's Havel doing here? Granted, the one that you fight down in the bottom of the tower in Dark Souls 1 is not Havel, even though he's wearing Havel's armor. It's one of Havel's knights that was granted Havel's ring. But Havel's knights, even with Havel's ring, cannot fast roll. There's no item over here. Oh my god. This is so bad. Havel's knights, even with Havel's ring, cannot fast roll in full Havel's armor. As shown by the one that you fight at the bottom of the tower in Dark Souls 1. But that guy was in full Havel's, and he was light rolling. Which means that he had to be the true Havel. But the true Havel died in Dark Souls 1, in the Great Hollow. Because there's a body that has Great Magic Barrier, and that was Havel's miracle. That was his miracle. Havel's Knights only knew Magic Barrier, not Great Magic Barrier. Because they weren't Havel. They were just his knights. They wore his armor, wielded his weapons. This is what I wanted. This is so stupid. I wanted those Dragon Chaser's ashes, and that was it. Can I sprint, please? We can leave this area. This area is, it looks cool, but it sucks. The enemies, There's no enemy variety, and the enemies are objectively bad, being the snake people. There's a cool boss here, Nameless King. He's cool. What's it called? Ancient Wyvern. Straight poop. Sucks. Terrible boss.
Great.
Give the dragon ashes. 20k souls for that. How much is the Titanite? 20k for Titanite scales. You know what? I'm gonna buy one.
Ashen 1.
Because we picked up a load of Titanite scales. I don't have any Estus. I need 4. I need 8 of them. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You need 15. So I need 4 more.
Ashen 1.
Oh my god, that's so expensive. At least we can buy them. I'm looking at you, Dark Souls 1. There we go. +5 Profane Greatsword. Our AR is 548 two-handed. One-handed is 482. When we buff it, 628 two-handed, 562. So wait, it's 562 one-handed? Buffed? It's 482. Okay, not bad. We can continue the actual path. Lothric Castle proper with a +5 boss weapon. I still don't think we have the damage output to beat Gundyr. Maybe after Dragon Slayer armor. Which, he's a boss. It's literally just a dude in armor. Actually, it's not even a dude in armor. It's just armor. There's no dude in it, so that's even worse. The good part of the fight is the Pilgrim Butterflies flying around. I can't even 3-shot a Lothric Knight. He's gonna heal. The Lothric Knights aren't that bad. Like, yeah, they're all the red-eye ones. They give you large Titanite shards, which sucks. They should give you better than large shards at this point in the game. We're the final Lord of Cinder, and we're getting large Titanite shards? Are you kidding me? I have 9 chunks. That's not even enough to get a weapon of +14. These guys can buff them and heal them. Hey, look, it's a shield guy. You want to play Count the Shield Bashers? Okay. I like how when you go to heal, they input read you, so they just sprint at you. You gotta love input reading. Makes spells useless in Elden Ring, because every enemy can dodge every spell ever in the entire game, because they just input read when you cast your spells. Okay, that's really cool. He input read me picking up the item. They're guaranteed large Titanite shards from these guys. Which, yeah, ooh, you can get a multitude of weapons. I have 31. I don't need more large Titanite shards. The game needs to give chunks when you're at the second to last boss in the game. But no, you get them in an optional endgame area. And you don't even get enough. Tell me how that's good. I'd love to hear it. There's something stupid in here, isn't there? Yeah. A dress. There's a Titanite chunk. Basic hollows from the start of the game. But suddenly they have more health and do more damage? What makes these guys different than the ones at the very start of the game? What makes them any different? Tell me. What makes those special? Twinkle. Let's backstab this guy. Power attack. Okay. He did not care. He just phased through it. Item? Large Titanite shard. The wing knights are so bad to fight. There's a part where there's 3 golden ones. And, it sucks. Wing knight armor. Stupid shield. And your reward for it is a slab and a miracle that sucks. Where did you come from? Yeah, what makes these guys different from the hollows at the start of the game? Why are they stronger for no reason? They're hollows. Titanite chunk. Still don't have 12. We're close. We're 1 off. Oh yeah, they can throw charms at you to make it so you can't heal. Let's swarm the player with 12 enemies and force them to where they can't heal. Good design. We'll have ranged and melee. Also, you can't heal. That's a slow attack, but it does good damage. Except that the fat dude just tanked right through it because enemies get poised and the player doesn't. 2 Titanite chunks. Wow. Generous, aren't we? Enemies should be dropping them. Oh my god. The exploding bolts. Bolts enough is bad. But exploding bolts? That hit me? Why aren't the big guys dropping anything? Ooh, we're gonna have to fight the Pus of Man enemies with the dragons. That's gonna suck. You know what? I think it might be time to get a bow. Honestly. If you menu too fast popping souls, the game kicks you out of the menu. It's kinda sucks. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to Firelight Shrine. We're going to talk to Grey Rat. Because I do believe I have a bow. Yeah, I got the longbow. You get that stupid early in the game. Well, I want to see if Grey Rat has a different bow. Grey Rat's going to die. He has a crossbow. We're going to buy a bunch of standard arrows. You can only hold 99, which sucks because in Dark Souls 1 and 2 you can hold 999. I guess I'll get a couple embers before Grey Rat dies. I was hoping he'd have the composite bow, but maybe that's one when you send him to pillage. You know what? We'll do. No, we won't do that. Can I use? I cannot use the Lothric Knight Shield yet. Still, we're gonna reinforce the bow. Wherever it is. Am I blind? I am. Twinkling Titanite for the Dragon Slayer Great Bow, which I can wield. It uses great arrows, and I don't want to. We cannot make it plus 10 because we don't have another slab. That's alright. All we need is plus 9 just for the extra damage. I'll put on the standard arrows. Let's start doing VIT. 24. Is that gonna be enough? Imagine having to warp somewhere and mash through dialogue in order to level up. Imagine that. People would hate that. People would poop all over a game if you had to warp somewhere and talk through dialogue just to level up. Imagine that for a second. People would hate that. People do hate that. Imagine that for a second. We're gonna not fight Dragon Slayer armor in this episode. Just because I don't feel like it. We'll get close to him. Maybe we'll get the shortcut. How's that sound? Doesn't matter. I'm the one playing. I don't need to pick up any of the items. I mean, yeah, there's a bone shard. But, that's about it. Wait, do I have to drop down and go around? I think I do, actually. Right here. What's this item? Titanite junk. Nice. Yeah, there's like an undead bone shard down there. I think Estus plus 7 is fine. Maximum is plus 8? I could be wrong. Just run past the enemies. That's the point of the game. If the point of the game is run past the enemies, why are there enemies in the game? Why not just have an empty map? Why are there boss runbacks? If the point is just run past the enemies. People will tell you the strangest things. There's a guy down here. You're telling me... Okay, I was gonna say, you're telling me I can't hit him through this railing? Okay. I couldn't hit him with a charged heavy? He hit me out of my jumping attack. That should give me hyper armor. It doesn't. Hyper armor? No, what's that? Toys? Nah, don't exist. Why couldn't those twinkles just been in the same chest? There's another scale. Spirit Tree Crest Shield. That's a Dark Souls 2 shield. What's that doing here? What's the lore on that? Knight shield engraved with a crest depicting a spirit tree, and one of the enchanted blue shields, spirit tree, greatly reduces lightning damage. There's no lore as to why it's in this game. It's just one of the blue shields. Like the Dragon Crest shield, the Crest shield. The fire tick damage. It doesn't do a lot. But it staggers you. It's so bad. And the dragon just sits there constantly breathing fire. You are not given an opportunity to run through. Look at him. He's just blowing. You are not given an opportunity to just run through. I'm gonna get hit. Yep. And get the chip damage. This room is kind of poopy. You can explode. It's kind of cool. There's barrels. You gotta avoid them. There's firebomb guys. Like, yeah, whatever. Except they can, like, Tom Brady that stuff across the universe and hit you with it. These basic hollows drop large Titanite shards, and they do that much damage when they hit you. Oh my god. These basic little enemies. What makes them tougher than the ones at the very start of the game? Answer that. What makes them tougher? What makes them tougher? In my eyes, they're no different than the ones at the start of the game. There's nothing visually that depicts them. Hey, it's the Dark Souls 2 mimic. He drops scales. 3 of them. Hot dog. We gotta watch out. There's gonna be a pus of man here. I got staggered out of my attack from a dagger. This pus of man spits. Oh my god. Can I finish a sentence without the game just being cheap? This pus of man spits out goop that will curse you. And the game just says you died. Three arrows and the dragon dies. So now we just sit here and play this game. Isn't this fun and engaging? How are you supposed to fight this thing in melee? Tell me. It thrashes around, knocks you away, and then it curses you. How are you supposed to fight it in melee? Tell me. You can't. You're forced to use range. My reward is a large Titanite shard. I can't fight the other one right now. I need to dump some inventory off inside the bonfire. Stuff that I'm not using. I wish there was like a favorite. You could favorite weapons to the top of the selector. So close to one-shotting it. 2 twinks. Scale. How many scales do I have now? 5? Really, I didn't even have to buy any. I kind of wasted souls. Lightning urns. Useless. Completely useless against the boss that's coming up. Utterly useless. There's the ember that you get before the boss. I can get this item safely now without fear of exploding. Black firebombs. How fitting. So we can continue on. You know what? I hate... Dark Souls 2 has this thing where when you go to use the soul, it says how many. There's no use selected. It just asks you how many you want to use. And you can choose one if you want one. Or you can choose all of them if you want all of them. Did I not pull the lever? I did not pull the lever. Ouch. Hey, another ember. Maybe that's the ember you get before the boss. These guys have blessed weapon. And no, it's not the Lord of Cinder coming up next. That's technically the boss after this boss. Sunlight metal. We're gonna get the shortcut. You know what? We'll rest at the bonfire. We'll give Dragon Slayer armor one good try. One good try. We can't do under an hour, right? I mean, I do have one episode or two that are under an hour. It's not like people actually sit through and watch the whole video anyways. Nobody does that anymore because people have the attention span of... I don't even know. The attention span of a rabbit crossbred with a dead goldfish. People just don't watch videos unless if they're like thirst traps, brain rot, AI, slop, stuff like that. Or Twitch streamers that aren't funny, but get tons of money. I'm going off topic. Let's go fight Dragon Slayer Armor. He's a fun fight, but it's a dude in armor. Something that people complain about in Dark Souls 2. Dudes in armor are not fun bosses. They are fun. One of the highest regarded bosses in Dark Souls 1 is Artorias, the Abyss Walker. He's a dude in armor. I'm gonna send this back down in case I die. We're giving it one try in this video. We're not doing the 10 attempts at Gundyr. We're not doing 10 nights at Gundyrs. Don't need to one hand. Because I'm just gonna go for two-handed R1s. And the occasional R2. How did my attack miss? We do good damage. I was out of stamina. Look at that input read. We do very good damage. He's gonna blow up. That's a fake out. You don't want to hit him when he gets knocked. Because he's gonna blow up. Except for right there. Yeah, his phase 1, it's a fake out. We're gonna run because the Pilgrim Butterflies. I'm surprised he didn't hit me there. I don't know if it's the laser. No, it's the meteors. The laser's the scary one. Oh, nice. He got me with the backhand. We're both just turtling. Okay, cool. I'll trade on that. Laser? Laser. Okay. Woo! Close. Poke. I'll trade. Meteors? I can tell by the sound. Dead. I was sloppy. Good fight, though. Great weapon. If you make his boss weapon, excellent against King of the Storm. And Lorien and Lothric. And Demon Princes. You want to see something funny before we close out this video? Bonfires are checkpoints. They're used to segment levels. So that way you pass through an arduous challenge. You drink your Estus. You fight your enemies. You whittle down your weapons equip load, or your weapons durability. You're struggling, straining, fighting off enemy after enemy. You're going through the gauntlet. You don't know if you're gonna make it. You don't know if there's a boss up ahead. You're fighting tooth and nail just to get to the next bonfire and rest. I'm gonna end it on that one. What a joke.